So here you'll be able to see a little bit more in depth some of the kind of statistics and info. This is an analysis that's looking at the much increased numbers of young black men who are killed um, by police. Here, when they're looking at the numbers, they say black males in recent years were at far greater risk of being shot by police than their white counterparts, 21 times greater. Right? That young black boys really are 21 times greater, more likely to be shot by police than their white peers. So this will go into some of the kind of info and statistics and all of these kinds of numbers. Um, One of the most challenging things, though, about looking at these numbers that makes these discussions really hard is that there is no mandated reporting of police killings. Police departments do not have to report their numbers to the FBI. And so the numbers that we get from the FBI can be very incomplete. Um, the most comprehensive stuff that I have seen to look at these issues comes from the website killedbypolice.net. Now, this is a crowdsourced website, so it's possible it can have problems on it. But also because it's crowdsourced, that can perhaps be making it more kind of efficient. I mean, they've, done all sorts of studies that show that Wikipedia tends to be more reliable than like Encyclopedia Britannica because it can be constantly updated and fixed if there's problems. And because it's not relying here on the police departments to report themselves. So here in these lists, this is looking at 2016's numbers because I had kind of gone through and counted that stuff. If we jump to 2018, though, here we can see, I'm making this video on April 24th, and that 2 people were killed today by police. And you can click on the links to say, like, what's up with this story? And it will bring you there. It'll tell you the state. It will also tell you the gender and the race, although the race is not always listed. Now, in the 2016 numbers, because I had looked at those before, there were 1,171 people killed by police. And when I went through and found all the male black and female black people listed here, and again, you can see not everyone has a race listed. A lot do, but not all of them. That ended up at 298 African Americans, black folks who had been killed by police. If we are looking at it as a percentage of the 1,171, that's 25% of the people killed were black. Now, remember, black folks only make up about 13% of the population. So just right in those numbers there, you see that black folks are twice as likely to be killed looking at these numbers here. And again, not everyone has a race listed. Quite a few do. But you can see a lot of these, M's without a race listed. So, were they black? Not kind of counted in what I did. I'm not going through and checking every single one of them to try to kind of identify them myself. But it gives us kind of an additional picture because it is so difficult to kind of look at these numbers. And you can see, 2017, 1,194, 2015, 1,222, 2014, 1,114, So it's, over 1,100 people being killed by the police every single year. And as of right now, in 2018, 398. And by the time you guys are looking at this, it might be at 399 or 400 or more, because it is constantly being updated. One of the other kind of challenges, I have another article here paired with them, is how many of these police officers aren't held accountable for the killings that they do. That they don't, they're not charged, they don't go to court, or if they do go to court, they end up being found innocent, which is another one of the big problems that really motivated the Black Lives Matter folks, because they're saying, these cops, Betty Shelby's one of them, these cops who kill people end up, just being able to go on, and, not having any, real problems. So, that's one of the big challenges, is how do we try to, get people held accountable, right? This cop who killed this boy. And while there are, every now and then, there's an officer who, faces repercussions, most of the time they don't. And that fuels even greater anger and resentment of the idea that, Black lives just aren't mattering. You can have Black children shot down and killed, and no one being held accountable for it.